Darth Rada from GSF Sigma, and you're listening to the Escape Podcast. This show was recorded in front of a live studio audience. This week, GAC returns, and Nev once again strives to be on top. That's what she said. Am I right, Paul?
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
I do not know what we're going to talk about this week, Paul.
What do you mean? Did anything happen this week?
Lots of stuff happened this week. So much stuff this happened. I'm not sure we're going to be able to fit it all into the show.
Okay. We can certainly try. Let's go over them chronologically for this intro at least.
Alrighty then. Bronzium full character drop rates got doubled.
Then Doja Fett spoiled the surprise of Beskar Mando.
Then the data mine on the event server detailed a conquest mode.
Then Crumb had to smack down somebody for being rude to Kaino on the forums.
Then more conquest mode stuff got unearthed.
Then they changed Galactic Challenges.
Then Challenge Tier Pit was dropped on us.
Then Galactic War Reports podcast and 66 event site gave us a bunch of juicy details on Beskar Mando.
Now we have a show to do.
And as a new week of territory battles looms over us, we talk to the people behind my very favorite tool, SWGOH Sheets, in our incoming transmission.
Then, hopefully, anything we didn't get into in the first two segments and Patreon's choice on the bridge.
This is going to be an interesting one to see if we can fit all of our thoughts on all of this into one show.
Well, there is all this, and God forbid, breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Escape Pod Cast, where you come for all of your news and chat and punditry about the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I am your host, the Nev, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul. Paul, how are you doing today? Are you as excited as me?
I mean, this has been, as we said in the open, this has been an absolutely packed week of stuff. Speaking of stuff, if you go if you go to escapepodcastaways.com and click on the merch link, you could get stuff like what's on my face now, including the Escape Pod mask and the Escape Pod shirt. Make great stocking stuffers.
Mm-hmm. So, yes. Full week. Like, I have not been this excited about Star Wars for quite some time. I think the last time I was this excited about Star Wars would have probably been about 2000. It was probably around about 2015, yeah. So it's a good 5 years since I've been this excited, because it's not just SWGOH, it's squadrons, it's movies, it's TV. I mean, the amount of Star Wars news that we've received in the last week is phenomenal. Just, I dare you, if I dare any Star Wars fan, and I do mean any Star Wars fan, any type of Star Wars fan, to not be excited about what's happened this week. Because there are Star Wars fans that don't play SWGOH and don't play Squadrons, so they won't have that type of it. But they like movies. It's just so much. I'm so excited.
So we will get into that in the fourth segment, because obviously it is very important to you.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
But you know, the the thing is, we got a deluge of information via the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, through the usual
we
channels.
Really did. I mean, let me pull up the show prep room that I use. And
I would do the same, but I already closed Discord.
It's okay. It started with, on the 8th, that they did decide that Bronzium character drops will be doubled.
Oh, so if you drop Boba Fett, you're getting 160 shots.
No. The chances of pulling a character are doubled.
All right, okay, so it's the other way around then.
Correct. So if you pull Boba Fett, you're getting 80 shards. But the chances you're going to pull 80 shards of Boba Fett are double what they were.
That's good. I'm happy with that.
So this is getting people more characters more quickly.
More shard currency for me.
Exactly. At the original recipe and extra crispy rates. So after that, somebody had said, okay, thanks for that fix. That really will resolve all the issues we have. When can we expect those changes? And Doja Fett wrote back, next week with Beskar Mando release. Before anybody mentioned any sort of thing about Beskar Mando. So, okay, I do have to say, Neil, you were right. We're getting a Beskar Mando.
I told you this months ago, but
I think
you
it's
wouldn't
stupid.
listen. You wouldn't listen.
I listened, but I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, and I was right. I love it when I'm right. I'm right more than I'm wrong. I'm right more than I'm wrong. So you need to listen to me more. I'm just waiting for my ultimate theory, you know, my big theories, my ultimate theories to come to fruition.
So, I think it's absolutely stupid to have a new Mando this soon after the original Mando. Why didn't they just put out a Beskar Mando? Why didn't they put out Queel, IG-11, and all that, and have you played a hero's journey, as they're calling it, later?
Because we're still in season 2 and they want to capitalize on that. It's all about the money. See, I was thinking of it from a monetary point of view, wanting to make money. EA and CG and Lucasfilm and Disney Plus, they want to make money. You know, they want to capitalize on the popularity.
If they continue what they're doing.
They put that event straight into the journey guide, and they say, "Oh, sorry, you haven't got the characters, but if you'd like to get Beskar Mandalorian, here are some packs for you that you can buy."
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that later. We are gonna give our favorite person who's doing a journey through the journey guide a chance to talk about it. But when we get to that point, let's speculate about the kit. All right. But what happened later that day was that we got a data mine dump. An absolute dump of data mine stuff about a game mode called Conquest. I'm in before they call it Galactic Conquest, okay? Am I wrong?
I have no idea. I've just been reading up on the speculation from from various different people as to exactly what it will ensue. You know, and how it's going to work.
Okay, we have Galactic War, we have Galactic Chase, we have Galactic Challenges, we have Galactic Legends. It's gonna frickin' be called Galactic Conquest.
More than likely, yeah. I'm less hung up on what they're going to call it and more hung up on what it is going to be.
Okay, so it's got new energy. It's got a new currency. According to this, it's got a feature called Artifacts that is a consumable that gives you granted abilities. And then Stamina, which is a status on your unit.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently you join it, essentially locking in your roster for a certain time.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. I've heard people. I've heard some people discuss what it could be, and there are a few people that are players of Marvel Strike Force. That other game that have said that it could be Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes attempt or something similar to a game mode in Marvel Strike Force called Blitz.
Yes.
And from what I remember of playing Blitz, I would not be adverse to a mode not entirely dissimilar to something like that, because it does require you using all of your roster and you mix things around, but you're playing other people's roster. So yeah, I must admit I don't
think you're playing other people. I don't think that if this comes to fruition, you're not playing against other people's rosters. Now, that being said, we do want to say hi to Minato. Hello, Minato. And Dark Phoenix Sniper, who's going to be a guest later on today, is stopping in. I'm thinking that, yes, it's going to be a week-long thing. But you mentioned using all your roster. That sounded like what Galactic Challenges was supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah, which we know it isn't.
This whole conquest idea sounds like what it should have been in the Galactic Legends should have been in the first place. And I'm kind of upset that it's not. I've always been upset that it's not. And Sig did mention on there that keep in mind that this is data mine, which means it can change and has no guarantee of even ever coming to the game. It's also an interpretation of data mined information as actual data mined info. Makes no sense in the raw format.
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see, because we know they love using that. They love using that sentence that I mock over and over. Subject to change. Everything is subject to change.
Well, this hasn't even been announced, so there's not even any subject to change.
Exactly.
To whisper in this situation.
Exactly.
# shameless self-promotion.
So, yeah, we'll just, it is one of those wait and sees. But, I mean, a new game mode like that would be interesting. It would be interesting. I mean, Blitz does literally allow you to use your entire roster, though. Because as you burn through your characters, you get more and more and more and more and more down through your, to the lower echelons of your roster in order to do the battles, and getting something within, getting some kind of energy or currency within that mode that you then pump back into it so that you can do more and more battles to get higher and higher rewards, would kind of make sense, and it would be Blitz-esque sort of thing, and it would be something completely and utterly new.
I'm thinking that it's going to be fun if this does get announced. I would love to see this be their, I'd love to see this be their February surprise, February into March.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's already in the files this much, which we're going to get to it more in a moment, it's got to be coming sooner.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like better, maybe bringing in a new game mode around February, March of next year would be preferable over to just another 2 new Galactic Legends. Because we had 2 Galactic Legends this year, and we
had 4 this year.
So
because...
two sets. They get released as pairs. So that's what I meant. I meant they get released as pairs. So doing something slightly different around February, March, other than just giving us another, pair of Galactic Legends, would be preferable, because we don't want Galactic Legend burnout, especially now that they've brought out the other thing that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So before we get into that, whoever it was that decided that, that the rules on the forums didn't matter to them, shame on you. And I'm really glad that Crumb gave you a huge smackdown by saying that he, referring to Kino, is a forum mod, so he speaks from a place of authority. Thank you, Crumb. Stop treating other people on the internet like a jerk, or you're going to start getting treated like a jerk.
Well, no, you do what I do. You do the anarchist thing. You apply universally preferable behavior to that person. It's like, oh, right, okay, you're acting like a jerk. Therefore, you must want people to act like a jerk to you, because you would only act like a jerk to other people if you want other people to act like a jerk to you. Simple.
I'm wondering here. Just
clearly that person wants other people to act like a jerk to them.
So, Neil, I have to personally ask you here.
What?
You have mentioned in almost every episode of this show that you're an anarchist.
I prefer the term voluntarist, but yeah.
What's that?
I prefer the term voluntarist, but
okay.
Yeah, most people don't know.
But nonetheless, I'm just trying to find out if it is if you being a voluntarist / anarchist is like somebody that's vegan, that you have to tell everybody every single time you meet them, "Hi, my name's Neil and I'm an anarchist."
No,
okay.
It just means I believe that all human interactions should be voluntary. That's okay. That's all it means.
Anytime I meet somebody that's vegan, they're telling me all about how wonderful being vegan is. I just wanted to make sure that the same rules did not apply to you.
No, not at all.
Okay, good. All right, so we have Helly wants the whole story. Basically, somebody questioned Kino's authority. So
my authority.
Exactly.
So someone did not respect his authority.
Exactly. So he says, Kino works tirelessly to escalate important issues to our attention and relays updates when he can. And just over and over, there were a lot of people that hopped on the why do you get to say what you say, but we can't?
Yeah, okay.
So that was the story behind what happened there.
And is that the full story though?
And then Doja came back and said, "I'll second this. The forums are a huge place with voluminous conversation happening. Without Kino helping to direct traffic and working with us on important issues, we wouldn't be as effective. He's essential." So basically, CG came to the rescue of Kino on the forums because somebody had a hair where the sun don't shine.
Well, if no, not if, sorry, because there is no if. It is their forum, so they can, dictate to people however jerkish they are, that, they're going to be smacked down, and that, they'll get a ticking off for not behaving in a civil manner. Civil manner.
Yeah.
People, you can, it's easy I think it's perfectly easy and simple to convey a disagreement across to somebody while being diplomatic or civil or polite. You know, there are many people that I dislike or don't get on with. That's not going to stop me being civil or diplomatic with them unless they are a jerk to me, in which case I will be a jerk back to them. Because it's like, oh, okay, thank you, we've established the rules. We can be jerks to each other. That's what you expect me to be to you.
Yeah. All right. So that happened during the data mine dump. So we're going in chronological order here, people. So we are still on Tuesday morning / afternoon. They published more on the Conquest dump. There will apparently be combat nodes, artifact nodes, merchant nodes, and starting nodes. So it looks like it's a whole new area. You join it, you get into the area. Kind of like ships is, where you have essentially your fleet arena, your store, things like that.
Plus, new game modes does give them new revenue streams because it's a guarantee that whatever rewards are offered in a new game mode, they're going to sell them as packs. So it's a new revenue. You know, a new game mode gives EA a new revenue stream.
Yeah. So artifacts have a power level and can be equipped and unequipped. So looks like kind of mods, if you will. Looks like different nodes will allow you to choose different artifacts. Appears to grant an ability or apply to a specific stat. So I guess add percent speed or kind of adding the challenges stuff like Sandstorm.
I see it more like adding. I see it. Using an artifact would be more like more akin to adding an ability. So you would get an artifact that allows you to use in a battle that gives everybody tenacity up or offense up, or an artifact that allows you to put a debuff on your team. So you could put like tenacity down on the opposing team. I would see that as from a game mechanics point of view, a simpler way to use these artifacts that you're going to win and then be able to use in the same game mode. You could stack up, a bunch of artifacts that have like a single use, and you might save them up to use against very specific factions that maybe you're having trouble with because you don't have a sufficiently good enough counter. So, like, maybe you don't have a good enough roster to beat a Sith Empire team, but if you get a bunch of artifacts and you collect a bunch of artifacts that give you either buffs or debuffs, maybe there's an artifact that gives ability block. You want to be able to ability block the entire Sith Empire team before you start attacking to stop them from getting. So, I mean, I think the artifacts and their usage there's a lot of potential play there that could be integrated into a new game mode if that is indeed what we get.
Yeah, and JJ Manners asks, "Is this for R8 abilities?" No, this is the rumored data mined game mode that I am calling Galactic Conquest. So, I'm actually going to take this question early here. Serious question to both of us from Hellenix. Do you guys think that this new game mode will overcomplicate Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Because I'm not interested in more complications. Honestly, it'll be complicated if you min-max everything in the artifacts from what I've read. But if you're going to just play the game for playing the game's sake and collecting like the Jedi Pokemon collector that you are, Hellenix, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm a Pokemon collector as well. I love having 7-star characters. I am 20 pulls away from having every farmable character 7-starred. I'm happy with that. I'm 20 pulls away from a Resistance Hero Poe.
See, I don't.
Or no,
think
Finn. Sorry.
I don't think it would overcomplicate anything. Not everything in the game is for everybody that plays the game. I don't do half the assault battles because I'm just not interested in them. I mean, I could do them and I could click on auto and get some cheap, fast, easy rewards, but I'm just not interested in them. I only half play Galactic Challenges. I mean, I'm all in on GAC, obviously, because that's my favorite aspect of it. I'm all in on territory battles. I'm not all in on territory wars. I mean, I'm in a very, very casual guild. So casual that I log in, I set one defense, and I don't do anything. Barely anybody in the guild does anything because we're quite happy just settling for second place rewards once we've registered for the territory battle. So literally all I do every single territory wars, if I've got time, I'll do offense. But 9 times out of 10, I set one team for defense so that I can get rewards like most people do, and then don't bother. Just wait for the rewards to kick in. So not every aspect of the game is for everybody. So the more game modes that we have, the more interest you garner.
But Neil, what about those 4 Zetas that you're missing out on?
I get so many Zetas from other areas of the game. I've got Zetas coming out my ears.
But territory war participation is important.
No, territory battle participation is important because that is required. You know, in order to get the better rewards, you need to get the stars. Territory wars is a win-lose scenario. You know, there's only 2 outcomes to territory wars. There are multiple outcomes to territory battles because there are, depending on the participation, you could end up with 19, 20, 21, 22. It doesn't matter. You know, there is multiple different outcomes from territory battles. There are only 2 outcomes from territory wars. You win or you lose. So you could put in hours and hours and hours of effort just to still get second, or you can put in no effort with the expectation, nay, the anticipation that you're going to finish second and you're just going to get a couple of Zetas and some currency and some gear and some bits and pieces like that.
But the fun part is that you're one of many //ANZGC / guilds.
Yes.
So it could be that guild or it couldn't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still, if I want to like test a team or something, Territory Wars is a great place to do that. And I still think that Territory Wars is a really, really great place to, test new squads, new squad makeouts without costing you crystals in Squad Arena. Because, a lot of the teams that you will go up against will put strong teams in the front. And they'll put strong-ish teams behind. And once you get through those 2 top territories, then Fleet is open and you can practice and play around with Fleet. So, the ability is there.
Okay, so apparently battles have tracked stats, such as special ability count, successful evasions, critical streak, out of turn moves,
Critical
turn
streak,
meter removal,
Ooh.
Most enemies defeated per turn, and most damage per hit. So this is just throwing... bless you. This is just throwing fun little stats out there that might be tracked for who does better in this PvE mode. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Stanima has a...
Stamina, not Stanima.
I stutter sometimes, and I was on the verge of stuttering, so shush. Stamina has a remaining stamina per unit that refreshes, and the ability to recover stamina can be done with a consumable like Blitz. And the consumable can be used on a unit. It has tiers. It may apply abilities as well. It appears to be able to recover stamina, and different types of them have a way to and it has a way to replace them. So
yeah, it's looking good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they give us the game mode and we can see what it's like. I am not building up my expectations like I did with Galactic Challenges. I am not going to go for any hype. So that I can, I'm going to go in with low expectations. So if it's good, I'm happy and I'm surprised and, I enjoy it. Because I've never been able to get over the whole Galactic Challenges thing. I wish I could. I just never have.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a moment and we are going to stamina. We are going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the changes to Galactic Challenges.
And the pit race.
And then the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm. Big elephant.
Big elephant.
Big bada boom.
Right after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
This is Macias, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is Heinzie. Did you know Macias Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Macias will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. Macias has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact Macias today on Discord, all in lowercase guys, MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up maciasmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse Macias Modding Mayhem, and you will too. Macias Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message, and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Podcastaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Podcastaways, all for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
The following Guild Classified is brought to you by Doombringer. Do you think Wat Tambor is the only true galactic legend? Do you like to play seriously without the constant stresses of meeting lofty expectations? Does your current home not give you the return on your investment that you seek? Then look no further and join Doombringer of the Techno Union. Doombringer is a friendly and independent, perennially overachieving guild with 280 plus million GP, and it's looking for a few active and engaged members. We boast an impressive 130 and 12 TW record with no micromanagement or sandbagging, while maintaining a relaxed approach across all guild events. Doombringer features lots of experienced players who love to help others work through teams, mods, and strategies to find success in all game modes. If you love to play SWGOH, want to have success and fun, and have a good attitude and a focused roster, then we're a good match. We request 600 tickets per day and a roster with potential. Find our contact info on SWGOH.GG, and we'll chat about your potential future as part of the greatest guild in the galaxy. Would you like to hear your guild featured right here on the Escape Podcast Guild Classifieds? Reach out to us on our Discord server and post in the on-air classified room under the Yavin 4 Network Studios.
I am Andy Beeds, commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion.
And I'm Camp Director Flair of Gaming Embers.
We are the officers of the Chain Gang.
We're a collection of Twitch streamers that like to stream our Grand Arena Championship battles.
In Star Wars Galaxy Heroes,
We feature accounts of all sizes,
from the large accounts like Fruit Ninja Mike,
to the small accounts like, well, mine.
we have grand arena action for all viewers.
With names like The Llama,
Ran B,
Dr. Zeppers,
Mr. Jigabachi,
Geek Girl 1980,
Rico,
Kate Gaming,
Flair,
Andy Beads.
and the Escape Podcast's own, the Nev.
We bring you continuous game action every day during the attack phase.
Check us out and ride the raid chain from streamer to streamer with us.
The Chain Gang is proud feature of the Escape Pod Castaways.
See you on the chain, ya hosers.
The Escape Pod Cast.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to talk even more SWGOH. So just before the break, Paul mentioned that we were going to talk about the changes to Galactic Challenges, and obviously then the elephant in the room. So, Paul, take it away with Galactic
the element in the room?
What?
Did you just say the element in the room?
I said the elephant.
Okay.
That's just my Britishness coming through in the accent.
Yeah, just like when you say, what is it? Sabine does armor shred?
Armor shred.
Yeah, you
say for some reason you believe that when I say armor shred, it sounds like I'm saying something else.
It sounds like you're saying Amish red.
Oh right, armor shred. No, I'm saying armor shred. Armor shred.
Amish red. I get it. Okay, that's
no,
what I'm hearing.
Armor shred.
Galactic challenges have been challenged, if you will. We have what they've done is they've taken the Galactic challenges and you get paid out at the end of the challenge. And if you complete a tier, it auto completes everything underneath it. So when you used to be able to get everything but these 2 pieces, now you're leaving behind 10 pieces because you didn't upgrade from box 7 to box 8. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, I've not really looked too deeply into it. I went in, I can do tier 4. So I did tier 4. That was it. Now I'll just wait for my prizes. When it ends, I guess, because obviously that's the way they're doing the prizes. I don't really look into anything else. I knew I wasn't going to get past tier 5 because they're relics. So it's like, no, don't think my empire's going to beat the relic first order.
You do know that you can use anything.
Yeah.
So you could take your, Jedi Knight Luke
I don't have a relic squad of anything else.
You could take Jedi Knight Luke in.
I don't have Jedi Knight Luke on the account that I tried it on. I haven't done it on my main account yet. I'll probably try my arena squad. Don't get me wrong. I'll do my arena squad on my main and my Merc account, because my arena squads for those accounts are JKL squads. So I'll probably use those once I can't get past a tier using Empire. So as soon as I fail with Empire, I'll just try that tier again, but with my arena squad. See if I can do it that way for extra. What are they calling these things? Are they tickets? They look like shiny things, and you collect them so that you can get a better chest at the end of the once Galactic Challenges concludes.
Let me go see. Let me go see exactly what they are calling.
I can't remember what they're actually called. I mean, it's a glistening new icon. So obviously, the art department were hard at work coming up with something to symbolize what it is you win exactly from.
And by the way, Sig, we never got these as a little thing in the thing, as a little image in the data mine. Can you get that to me, please? All right. They are called challenge key cards. They're challenge key cards. I'm currently sitting at 79 of 110.
I'm
I've
currently sitting in the
completed-
60s. I'm a few off the 72 prize box.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything in the roster for that account to get beyond tier 4. I've got nothing that's going to beat that Relic First Order teams. Just I've got nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Tier 4 is where I stop.
Yeah, I currently have touched. I've gone everything through tier 5. I haven't gone in and played with it yet to get past tier 5, but it'll be done. It will definitely be done. All right. So, well, let me see. Can I get into that box? Can I get into the boxes from the screen to see what the difference is? If I hit that, no, I can't get into these boxes by just tapping. I can see what's in the later boxes.
You can see what's in the later. You can see what's in the individual boxes, so that you know whether you want to, put the effort into going for a higher reward, going for a higher prize chest, I guess that you could call. I mean, do they have a name? I mean, what are they called? Prize chests, prize boxes. Can't remember off the top of my head what they're called.
They're called reward crates.
Reward crates. There you go. So you can see what's in each of the reward crates. So, I mean, that's good because, if you couldn't see what was in them, then people would be like, well, if I don't know what I'm going to win, why would I put extra resources into my squad in order to try and achieve, better prizes in a loftier crate?
So if you want stun guns, all you have to do is get to the 5th box.
Yeah, I'm stuck at the 4th box at the moment.
So if you want stun guns, get to the 5th box. The 6th box comes with, it looks to be additional slicing material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just additional slicing material and maybe an extra piece of gear or two.
Yeah, the extra slicing material can kiss my butt at the moment. I saved up a boatload of that stuff and used it on a bunch of 6E mods to roll. Not once. I rolled 8 mods and speed didn't roll once. So that extra slicing material can go suck it as far as I'm concerned.
So, by the way, the difference between Galactic Crate or Reward Crate Tier 6 and Reward Crate Tier 7 is slicing material. Simply just the big slicing material. So, if you can get to the gold, it's not bad. If you can get to 85, what is it called again? Key cards. Challenge key cards. It's not too bad.
Okay.
You can do it. It's all up to you. Well, we can't afford that song.
Okay.
No. Stop it. Stop it, Neil. We don't want to pay Matt Stone and Trey Parker any money that, past a fleeting reference.
I can't see Matt Stone and Trey Parker putting a copyright claim video. Comedy Central, yeah, but not Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right. So after that, was it same day? No, the next day on the 9th, on Wednesday, they dropped the Pit Challenge tier
and Relic 8's post.
And Relic 8 post. Correct. They dropped the post that talked about Relic 8.
And the Pit Challenge.
So, here's the problem. The Pit Challenge tier requires a high-level guild to work closely in order to compete. While the rewards will help you power up your squads even further, the event is intended to challenge a guild as a whole. As a result, it will be very difficult for a player or even a handful of guildmates to complete. Similar to heroic raids, guilds will have 48 hours to complete the event. Since the challenge tier is designed to require cooperation, I am reading this verbatim, ladies and gentlemen. We have opted for a flatter pricing structure to reduce some of the friction in Guild while still acknowledging degrees of participation and success. The whole reason for this tier is the arrow magnifier, correct, Neil?
Yep.
When the first place person gets 11 and anybody from 40th and below get 1, that is not flat, people.
No.
That is not flatter pricing structure to reduce some of the friction in Guild.
No. Flat would be giving every person that participates the exact same amount. Because that's flat. Going from 1 to 11, I'm sorry, but, you know, that's not flat. That's flat. That is not flat. That being 1, that being 11. That is flat. So I don't know what dictionary they're getting their words from, but it's not flat. It's not flat. And then obviously the and you've got the event is available to all guilds right away, but only Relic 5 characters and up are allowed to participate. The challenge tier uses a new type of ticket and is completely separate event in the guilds tab, which means guilds will be able to participate in the challenge tier while simming the regular pit like before. Cost 180,000 tickets. I've got a lot. Just because of what's happened before, I'm just going to put my imaginary cynic's hat on here. There, my cynic's hat is on. Everybody, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They intentionally made the rewards crap. And they've intentionally made the Relic 5 entry to this stupidly high. Because they know that everybody in the community is going to put them on blast for these two things. I don't think, like with Galactic Challenges, that they ever intended for it to be like this. I think that they will reduce it to Relic 3. And I think that they will increase the rewards so that they are flat, so that everybody gets the same amount of gear, but the prize chests that you get vary depending on your rank. So if you finish 1, you'll get like an ultimate gear pack as your prize, and if you're down in the 50s, you'll be lucky if you get a few useful bits and pieces, with the open prizes being equal throughout the entire guild. And I'm being cynical and saying that's what I think that they're doing, because then people won't be nitpicking on anything else. The difficulty, I think the uber difficulty of it, I think that's great. I think that's brilliant, but I have a 4.8 million GP account, and I only have 4 characters, Relic 5 and above. So my participation in this event is non-existent. And keeping it at 5 is going to break guilds up, because you're going to have a bunch of people at the top of the guild that are never, ever, ever going to see these rewards if they maintain their membership in the guilds that they currently are, meaning they're going to leave. Or you're going to get maybe 25 people in the guild that have various different squads that can compete in it, with the bottom half of the guild not, and the top half are going to kick people out of guilds. So the way that the pit raid is at the moment is going to create a situation where the best of, if you've got the best and it's only a handful of people, they're going to bugger off to some other guild. And then you've got the situation where you've got a half and half situation where the haves are going to kick the have-nots out of the guild. So it's going to create a lot of friction amongst the guilds unless they sort these things out. And like I said, I do 100% honestly believe that they will reduce the relic requirement for this to 3 or 2. And I think that they will level out the rewards, because that's all people are going on about at the moment. Just like when they first brought out the Galactic Challenges, people were complaining about 3 glaringly obvious things. And then a few days later, they came out and said, we've listened to you, we've heard you, and we're going to change those 3 things for you. And obviously the cynic in me was like, you did that deliberately. Just like I think they've done this deliberately.
And you're being a cynic. So
and I'm being a cynic, yes.
Thank you, Donnie Darklighter, for following. Puts us at 803 followers on our road to 1,000. We really do appreciate that. I want to go into. I thought the word exclusive was used when they were talking about Relic 8 materials being exclusive to the challenge tier Rancor. I don't see the word exclusive.
Well, that's because it's not, because you can go to the shop and buy the Relic 8 materials.
Know, but I thought I remember reading something that said that it was going to be exclusive.
Yeah, exclusively one. You will only be able to win and achieve them from this game mode, but it's not exclusive, to people with big, fat, juicy wallets.
Yeah, we did see a maximum purchase of 3.
Mm-hmm. So with that $150, you could buy one and a half Relic 8s.
Yeah.
Because Rambam did it straight away. I'm sorry, Rambam, but making Mace Windu Relic 8, it's not going to make him better all of a sudden, dude. It's not. It's just not going to happen.
Did he automatically put it on Mace?
He did Mace to Relic 8 straight away. He's not in the chat, so we can't roast him. Rambam, yes, for those of you who are in the chat, yes. Rambam took his Mace Windu to Relic 8 straight away. I was in his Discord server. I saw him post it the second he did it. I think he posted it with the words, "Did you doubt me for a second?" Or, "Of course I did." Just he had to do it.
No. And Dark Phoenix Sniper, I am not relicking. I'm not relicking anybody I don't need. I already have enough troubles because I relic for territory battles, and we'll be talking to you in just a moment. Another thing that came of it. Another thing that came of this as well. I'm going to flash back to the road ahead. It says, lastly, we're eyeing a major expansion of the Galactic Challenges system sometime in February or March of next year. This could be the Galactic Conquest that we've all of a sudden seen. I think what happened is that it got data mined because a test build made it into a production build. I'm thinking that's what happened. Is that the new Galactic Challenge system got leaked through that data mine.
It's a possibility.
Thoughts? So, anyway, we do also want to mention that essentially the new Rancor is Tier 5 only. We mentioned that, but they added a whole bunch of, for every 20% health lost, the unit gains 75% offense and speed stacking. That's on the Gamorrean Captain, the big guy that you have to, that's on the Pit Fighter. And then they also put it on the Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it entirely how to put it? It's insanely challenging.
Mm-hmm. Unless you got relict Jawas.
Unless you have Ray and relict Jawas.
If you've got Ray and relict Jawas, oh my god, you are going to town on this. Because Relic Jawas absolutely destroy this raid. Absolutely destroy it. Like 12 to 15%. It's bonkers. How much damage Ray and the Jawas do on the pit road. It's nuts.
It was good to see Arnold trying it out. That was fun.
I must admit, I did enjoy watching that. Yeah, I did enjoy, because he was putting in all these OP teams and they were getting absolutely destroyed. And then came the Jawas, because everybody was egging him on. Go on, do the Jawas, and obviously he's like, yeah, whatever. And then when he finally put them in and they did the damage, it was like, oh my god. Yeah.
So, I do want to point out that that Donnie Darklighter says, I don't want a relic for raids. I want to relic my Ewoks instead. Play the game for yourself. If your guild kicks you out because you're relicking your Ewoks, and you haven't but you have contributed to your guild's success in other ways, then you're in the wrong guild. Talk to us. We'll work something out.
Yeah, there's no way that they're bringing back test accounts now that they've got this raid out. No way are they bringing back test accounts after releasing this raid. Because if a theory crafter got his hands on a test account, they would be able to specifically figure out exactly which characters needed to be relicked in order to get the maximum amount of percentage. And then people would just relic those characters.
Yeah. So this is just absolutely crazy. Rank 1, 11, 2 through 5, 10, 6 through 10, 8, 11 through 25, 5. It's not flat. It's not flat at all.
Bloody mountain. Mountains ain't flat.
1 to 11 is, let's go average rank, 25. You get 5, so that means in 4 raids, you'll have enough for a relic 8. If you're rank 1, every 2 raids you get 1. If every 20 raids, if you consistently rank 41 or worse. That's
still going to be people that have spent huge amount of resources to relic 5 characters, and getting 1 for the amount of resources and effort that you've got to put into your characters just to have a couple of squads at relic 5. Getting 1 is pathetic.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the one thing. So this was obviously for endgame players, right, Neil?
Oh yeah, absolutely, of course.
So what did they do, and what did we mention right at the beginning? They put out something for everyone. Well, everyone that's been around for about the past
5 years,
5 months. Actually past year. If you've been playing this game for about a year, then you should be able to start getting ready for this. It is Beskar Mando. And we're gonna step aside here. We're gonna go to our break. We're gonna go to the incoming transmission after this. But coming up, the llama and story time with the llama is going to be about the journey to the journey guide. And we'll talk about it more in our 4th segment. So hopefully we've almost crammed everything we wanted to get in here, Neil.
Yeah, we did. Squeezed it in.
But we just squeezed it in. So we're going to let Llama have the honor of talking about this. And then after that, we're going to talk a little bit of territory battles and maybe a little bit of Mando as well, with the creators and the maintainers of the tool that I recommend beyond no else in this game. The sheet. The sheet, Neil. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a moment, right here on the Escape Pod cast.
The Escape Pod cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hello, Escape Padawans. It is the Llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Castaways are on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you can catch us on YouTube and on Twitch every week streaming Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed, your favorite new Galaxy of Heroes show GA Center, and so much more. Come catch us on the web.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the Force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod cast.
Heinzie from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Heinzie on YouTube today because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Heinzie today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
The Escape Pod cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod cast for kids. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been anxiously awaiting for is finally here, and CG has announced that Beskar Mando is in fact coming to the game. Now, I'm going to pause on the normal path of the Journey Through the Journey Guide series to cover this event, and there's a reason for that. CG made it very clear in their event release that they were going to make Beskar Mando very easy for people to get in this game. So I'm going to cover it now because hopefully we have enough time by the time the event comes out to be able to farm all of the characters and unlock Beskar Mando for your teams. Now, requirements for this event, you're going to need 7-star, level 85, and gear 10 characters. Yes, that is not a typo. They said all you will need is gear 10 characters. You're going to need Cara Dune, who's available on Darkside Hard Node 5E, Greef Karga, who's available on Fleet Hard Node 4C, Queel, who's available in Cantina Drops, IG-11, who will also be available in the Cantina Drops, and Mando himself, who's available on Fleet Node 5E. Now, in order to get this farming done by the time the event comes around, I suggest that you do double refreshes daily on the 3 characters that are on hard nodes. So that's Cara Dune, Greef Karga, and Mando. Now, CG is going to be running a special drop event similar to the Galactic Chase events for Queel and IG-11. You're going to be able to get both of those shards on any Cantina node that you farm. Literally any of them. So if you do two Cantina refreshes, if you do 2 Cantina refreshes per day, you will get Queel and IG to 7 stars by the time the event starts. If you don't quite get there because your drop rate's not so great, don't worry. As soon as that drop event is over, they will be moving to hard nodes to be farmable. Now, another excellent thing that CG is doing is taking Beskar Mando's event and actually putting it directly into the journey guide right away. So we're not going to have to wait on timing. We're not going to have to wait for it to come back around. It will be in the journey guide available right away. So even if you don't have it in time for when the event opens, you'll be able to get it as soon as you're ready. That's all for me. Tune in next week for more Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod cast for kids.
This is Micaeus, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is Heinzie. Did you know Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord, all in lowercase guys, MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up micaeusmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse Macias Modding Mayhem, and you will too. Macias Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This week's incoming transmission, we're sticking with the cockpit because even though you can't see our guest, you will be able to hear him. So I'm going to hand you over to the Master of Ceremonies. Paul, introduce our guest.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this person has been such a great friend ever since I took over being a territory battle officer. I was told about these sheets. I didn't believe in the power of them until I got my hands on them. They were originally created by Tigor, and I know I'm missing Chronolo and PopGoesTheWza, but this Code Master has become such a great friend, and I've been so blessed, and I hate using that word, but I truly am, to be able to share information about the project that they do. And they're also here to announce a pretty significant milestone in what they do as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, one of the admins of the sheet, this one scripter of the sheet that I always talk about, Dark Phoenix Sniper. How are you, DPS?
I am doing good, Mr. Anthony. Neil, how are you guys doing today?
Very good, sir. Very good.
So, it's really fun to have you on here. Do we want to just rip the Band-Aid off and announce the fun part about the sheet, or do you want to be interviewed about yourself for a moment?
Whatever you feel like, Paul.
So let's. How did you find Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes?
Lifelong Star Wars fan, kind of made it easy to flock to the Star Wars games. So, I mean, that was a mobile game that I was able to play while I'm at work on a break kind of a thing. Play after work real quick kind of a thing. It's a lot of easy stuff to do with Star Wars mobile games. But I played all the other Star Wars games that you can think on the PC and just gotta love it.
So did you find it at launch?
I actually found it, I think, in November of 15, so about a month after the initial launch, and I've been playing ever since.
Okay, so yeah, you're pretty much a launch player. What's your roster looking like? And Neil wants to know, can he laminate your free to play card for you, or does he have to does he get to collect it?
I am 100% free to play. I don't condone people that spend money. It's just something I'm not ever going to do.
That's the way to do it. So what's the GP on your account?
Let's see. I have my sheet open right now, so I'm at 5.36 million. I'm working on Jedi Ray. So
do you have any? Do you have any Galactic Legend at this moment?
No, not at the moment. About 5 away from Galactic Legend Ray.
All right, so Neil, he's a TB goofball like me, and he's free to play. I mean, DPS sounds like he's a amalgamation of both of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, he's just me, but more towards territory battles. You're not free to play. So no, absolutely not. No. Actually, he's more like a cross between me and Mr. Jugabachi. Because Mr. Jugabachi's free to play, but hardcore like you. He's hardcore into territory battles like you are. but he's free to play.
Yeah, I'm
So he's
getting
probably he's probably more like Mr. Jukabachi than either you or me.
It could be true. It could be true. So
Only time will tell.
So what you identified a problem. You identified a problem with territory battles. I mean, I remember when they didn't used to be static.
I remember those days too fondly, and I'm glad they went to a static platoon phase. So,
Yeah, it would take us 15 minutes to figure out, what each unit was that you needed before it was static, and darn it if there was a Jawa on light side.
Agreed. Yes, that was nobody had them, and it was painful. It was just never know.
I've got Jawas.
You want to come over, Neve? We got room for you.
No, you're right. You strike me as being in a guild that takes territory wars seriously, and I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, my only rule about territory wars is if you register, you participate. Other than that, it's what you want to do with it.
Nah. I have to spend way too much time on GAC. GAC eats up all my time. It's the only game mode I care about. I'm all about the GAC. Are you all about the GAC? Do you like GAC? Are you a GACer? Are you a GACer?
I will plead the fifth on that. No, GAC is just something I never got into.
Do you get angry when you don't get Kyber?
I don't ever get Kyber because I don't try.
Well, I try and I still don't get Kyber, but that's neither here nor there. So we had a need. You created, or you didn't create, but Tygar created these sheets. Where in the process of these sheets did you happen to jump into the process?
So I jumped into the process shortly before the Geo Darkside Territory Battles was released. So a few years ago now. And I was working on my own version of the sheet to incorporate the Geo Darkside. And I presented that to PopGoesTheWza, the one that was maintaining it at that time. And he invited me on board to kind of collaborate with the scripts and the code. And then we're streamlining the efforts which made the Geo Light Side incorporation a lot easier.
So you understood the function of the sheet. You understood the coding of the sheet. Who was in charge? Who was in charge of the estimates tab?
Originally it was there, and then I revamped that entire thing to be as accurate as I could. I spent days doing a data dump from SWGOH.help and getting all the information, tying it to the proper nodes and the proper waves and everything like that. That was painstaking to make sure that everything was correct. And thanks to the community we have on the Discord server, which you posted in the chat there, the community actually provided any corrections that I made a mistake on.
Which we all do. Now, going into this, guys, this sheet, what it can do, especially if you use the .help API, is even if all of your people are not on our GA Center partner SWGOH.gg, this sheet can pull every member real time of your guild and tell you where they're at. Now, have you ever used your sheet, DPS, to spy on your territory war opponent?
No, not in the TB sheet. I have done it in our core sheet, which is the other sheet we have on that server. But it was more just to see what we were kind of up against, and there's multiple other Discord bots out there for SWGOH that you can do a comparison of your guild to guild just by your ally codes.
Yeah.
So it's not anything that other people haven't done.
Yeah, but before the advent of those bots, though, I would so find my opponent on SWGOH.gg, find an ally code, and then I was in like Flint. So
agreed. That bot or the script made it easy to pull all that data of the guild, and then you can see what you're up against.
JJ Manners. It was purely for academic purposes. Yes, definitely for academic purposes. No, and it truly was so that, I could figure out how many slackers, well, back then it was how many Malaks are we going up against? How many Darth Revans are there in comparison to these Malaks? But you recently, I think it was it March or April of this year, you released a new feature?
Yes. So in April, I guess I had a little bit more time due to the whole COVID situation. I actually incorporated one of the biggest changes for the sheets. I stood up our very own SWGOH Sheets bot. The bot basically sends DM assignments to the individual user instead of just posting them into a channel. So similar to what EchoBase does.
And while EchoBase is wonderful in its own right, I love the interaction and the hands-on of this sheet. If you are familiar with EchoBase, I really strongly recommend that you also check out DPS's sheet, which the link is going to be down below in the description for both the podcast and the YouTube version, or Helenix is going to post it as soon as he hears me say this. One of those two is going to happen. But it links to your Discord where the sheet is readily available and free for anybody to use.
And the bot is free to use too. Just make sure everybody's aware of that.
Yes, that I was waiting for you to kind of put that up there. So it's not a premium service. I mean, even though it darn well should be. But we did have a problem to where the bot wasn't sending out assignments at one point. And why was that?
So due to Discord's policy change for some premium level features, they had to have, or I had to opt in for those features. One of them being the guild member. I think it was intent. I think that's what they called it. And it was just as simple as clicking a button and then making sure my bot functioned according to it. But so it's the presence intent. It basically tracks the user to see that you're in the guild, and then it can send the message to that user.
So are you checking against another database by doing that?
No. So the way I incorporated the bot is it's on request. So when you request something to be sent to a user, at that point, the bot will reach to that user on that server and send the message. It doesn't store any of the information in the background.
Okay. So are you following this so far, Neil, or have we lost you?
You lost me at... So, tell me about this sheet. Yeah, you lost me.
I got to stand
you guys
up
get
for
way too
JC
technical.
for you.
So do you well let's continue on a little bit, because there is one announcement that you want to make about the bot.
You're not going to spoil it for me there? No.
I'm not gonna spoil it on you.
All right.
I want you to be able to be happy to say this.
All right. So, as of Wednesday last week, we reached 76 servers that the bot was on. And I had received an email from Discord saying I am eligible to start the verification process. That just means that we can use the bot on more than 100 servers. And then I'm eligible for those premium services on those servers.
Oh, wow.
So I just got approval yesterday that we are now a verified bot and we can be on as many servers as we want.
That must be a pretty sweet feeling.
All that work and trying to dedicate it to the Sheets server and, constantly improving the process.
So will that make it easier for people to find your bot? Will Discord advertise it? Will they promote it in any way? What does it mean for your reach?
It doesn't advertise it. It doesn't do anything extra for us other than how in Discord you'll have all the bots and stuff. It adds a nice nifty verified check mark to the bot so that it's a trusted ally.
Think of the blue check on Twitter.
Yeah, so it's like so it's verified. Yeah, so it's like you're official. So it's official.
Exactly.
So you're like it's like being a Twitch partner or an affiliate. You've got that kind of extra gravitas.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Excellent.
So, what is there anything that you're currently working on in the bot, or not the bot, in the sheet itself that that maybe you're excited to try to incorporate?
So I'm working on a couple different options. I hate to keep going back to it, but Echo Base, is kind of our competitor for the platoon assignments for TBs.
Right.
We kind of have to keep in line with them. A couple of the most requested features are the ability to send only rare assignments to those users saying, hey, we need your rare unit, let's say Darth Malak or Darth Revan in this platoon, or you need to deploy your character at the minimum. So that's one that we're working on. I'm also expanding upon just the rares to the custom rares. So you have, let's say, a Darth Revan again. You have 30 of them, but nobody wants to deploy it in SWGOH TB because they want to use it.
Right.
So I can do a custom rare of Darth Revan and say, hey, we need these deployed before you do your platoons, and it'll choose. With the sheet, we either have two options. You can choose the least power, so that's the raw GP number for it, or the least needed, which we use a Z-factor or Z-score algorithm to calculate. That is the least needed character that's available of all the Darth Revans based off of that character's profile. So that's one thing I'm working on. And then another item was the split platoon assignments. So
what is this?
So like Geo Dark Side, Geo Light Side TBs, you'll put all your GP towards the top node and you won't do anything at the bottom of phase 1. So phase 2, you have the top and middle open, but you have phase 1 bottom, or just phase 1 bottom. So split platoon assignments, that's still going to calculate everything out. So instead of sending multiple assignments, you can just choose your phase. Okay, phase 2 top, phase 2 middle, phase 1 bottom, and the script does everything for you.
So have you ever thought of taking this ability, the core sheets that kind of fuel this entire thing? Have you ever just wanted to take this to get people ready for, let's say, what just came out recently, the Rancor challenge tier that only uses Relic 5? I mean, I know that you have the estimates tab inside, or not the estimates tab, the readiness tab. I can't think of the name off the top of my head right away.
Yeah,
but
it's estimate for the numbers, and then the TB gives you a breakdown for all the required platoons.
yeah, the TB tab. It is the TB tab. It is what I thought it was. So that gives, it's telling you what you need. So I know that, I'm looking for 6-star for the Acklay. I know you need 7, but a recommended power of 16.5. And then you know how many you need. Is there anything that you've been thinking about doing that for any type of other gated events?
With the way we're doing stuff, and another future plan that we had because there's going to be another territory battle coming out somewhere down the road.
Oh, it's gonna be Navarro. It's gonna just continue to use everything Mando. It'll be Navarro.
Yeah. So I'm working on a better process to incorporate future TBs, which will also allow you to, incorporate this pit challenge. You have your custom teams. You can set, phase 1, squad 1, like 1, 1A, 1B, etc. Going down, and then it'll automatically calculate out just like it does in TB, and put it into that TB sheet. Even though it's going to be TB, it'll be that raid. And honestly, that could be potentially just done now by overriding the data that's in that in the meta sheet, in the current existing one.
Yeah, that thing is, I love it. I do love it. I love everything about this sheet. Anything else that's coming up from the creators of SWGOH Sheets at all?
I know there's a lot of feature requests that as time allows, I'm going to start working on some of them. But like I said, those first two, the rares and customers, and then the split platoon, I know those are big feature requests that multiple people have asked. So those are my top priorities on fixing it. And due to some real world situation for Mr. Wza, he's been away for a little while. I think the last estimate was about a year. But I know when he gets a chance, he would like to redo the entire sheet to a more streamlined code base, which will make the sheet a little faster, and then also convert it to the Google Sheets version 8 format.
Okay. That just means streamlined, Neil.
Yes.
You didn't lose me at streamlined.
All right. So how do people find this sheet?
So you can visit our Discord server. The link is posted in the chat here. Thanks to you and Helenix there. There we go. Speak of that. On that server, you'll have multiple channels, and there's one called Links, and you will find everything you need about the official TB sheet there, along with the core sheet if you wanted to just pull the core data. And then you can build your own sheets off of those data. It does support SWGOH.gg and SWGOH.help APIs, and both of those services at the base are free. So we can go from there. And then the bot info can be found in the bot info channel right under the links.
There you go. There you go. Well, DPS, it has been an absolute pleasure. I am so grateful that you took a moment to come on the show. Any final questions, Neil?
No. TB's your thing, mate. GAC's mine.
It is. It is. But
come up with a sheet for GAC. We'll have you back on again. And then I'll make Paul sit quietly while I grill you over a GAC sheet.
I know that another member of our community, Blackened, had done something for squads/arena. I don't know if we can just venture off of that to build it into more of a GAC sheet instead of just squads. Maybe something I'll communicate with Blackened about.
There you go.
Get back to me when you do it.
All right. I will touch base with him and I'll communicate with Mr. Anthony. It's been a pleasure, guys.
It has. Hang in there for just a second, DPS. Let us hit to break, guys. We do have breaking news after we return from this break. Then the bridge and Patreon's choice questions, as well as us covering the Mando event and anything else that we forgot. We'll find out coming up after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
This is Micaeus, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is Heinzie. Did you know Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord, all in lowercase guys, MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up micaeusmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse Micaeus Modding Mayhem, and you will too. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you. Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/the Escape Pod to sign up.
And now time for something completely shameless.
I'm never gonna get this done. So much to do. In so little time. What?
There you are.
I've been here the entire time, noob. Feedback. Oh. Wait. I totally get it now, huh? I can see how repeatedly calling out someone's name can get super annoying, especially if done every single time you're searching for them. Huh, I guess a bucket of bolts is right to claim it's infuriating. Who'd have thunk it?
Wait, what was that?
Nothing, noob. What you need, droid?
I was just wondering, did you see my latest post on Bluebird?
Come on, noob. You know that I don't peruse any of that waste-of-time nonsense. Why do you keep messing with these social media apps? I keep telling you, it will fry your logic circuits.
But I would really appreciate it if you could...
Log in.
To help me do something, Linux?
Oh, geez, here we go. Okay, noob, I'll bite. What's the problem this time, noob? And how will my logging into a social media app help anything?
Well, you see, I'm trying to get my selfie to...
Go viral. Seriously?
And if I can accomplish this, it may help us...
Gain notoriety. Oh, jeez.
If that could start increasing traffic to...
Our content. Noob?
Yes, Linux?
Go away. I'm busy.
But...
No buts about it, mister.
I was just trying to be...
helpful for the holidays.
And show us doing a good deed.
What good deed, noob? We're out in the middle of nowhere minding our own business and barely interacting with anyone. Wait a second. What exactly were you doing when you took that selfie?
Holding a can of beans?
You mean the one single can of beans we've had sitting on the shelf in the cupboard for the past 6 months?
Yes.
And what exactly did you type into the caption?
Only that Christmas time is the time of giving, so everyone should give whatever they can to help the less fortunate.
And did you actually donate our one can of beans, noob?
No.
Meatbag. You know, I could have sworn I've told you this 1,000 times, newbie. We do good deeds for the sake of doing them, not for any virtue signaling HoloNet points. But look, you can't post a selfie holding a can of beans, alluding that you donated said can of beans to a charity if you haven't actually done so. But no buts. And you know what? Beings that I know you love these so much. Please, no. You guessed it. I got a short PSA that can help you understand, bud.
Somebody please disconnect my power supply.
This PSA is brought to you by Hellenics.
Shameless self-promotion.
And the 2020 Christmas holiday season.
Happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Life of Festivusaka.
False altruism during the holidays. What is it? Why is it happening? And who stands to benefit? In this SWGOH PSA, we will explore truly altruistic behavior during the holidays and the many myths that surround it. During the holidays, many people donate to charities, either by donating items like food, clothing, or toys, or volunteering their time to help those most in need. Engaging in these acts can be a great way for all of us to give what we can, thereby making the world a slightly better place. This not only helps those in need, but it also makes us feel a tiny little bit better ourselves. Giving is truly altruistic. Unfortunately, some folks make posts on various social media sites, like Facebook and Twitter, announcing how virtuous they are due to their holiday season charitable giving. Whether these folks did or did not actually make a charitable contribution, the act of announcing the good deed to the world is not very tactful. If you ask me, and I just did, it makes one look shameful. And while I admire shameless self-promotion, I do not encourage shameful, false altruism. Today we will try to navigate these muddy waters and determine what's a good deed, and more importantly, what's a blatant virtue signal, and what could be done about it by you, the cherished listener and viewer. We've all seen it. Some twit on Twitter makes a post about how they can't believe more people don't support some international charity, especially during the holidays.
How dare you!
While many of us that can give quietly go about our holidays giving what we can, where we can, and how we can, these folks seem to care more about their internet clout and making themselves look good. Sadly, sometimes these selfish don't even practice what they preach and donate nothing at all during these devastating economic times. Frankly, these people make me sick. Seriously, everyone, listen up. This holiday season, I'm asking each of you to do me a solid. Each of you can do this easily, regardless of how much disposable income you have, or even how much free time you have. Your December Helly and the Noob homework assignment is, do at least one good deed this December, and tell no one that you did it. It could be something small, like donating one can of beans to your local soup kitchen, or volunteering for an hour at said soup kitchen, serving food to the needy. Of course, it could definitely be something much bigger and bolder if you'd like, for sure. I know many of you already do these things. What I'm asking all of you is to do just one of these charitable acts without mentioning it publicly anywhere. Not a word to anyone, not even me. This year, do it just for the sake of doing it, and not for the sake of the pat on the back, the tax write-off, or the internet brownie points you'll receive. Do it just to make the galaxy a better place. I promise it will do wonders for your soul. And I promise to do the same myself as well. Will you make the same promise? No telling. Not even in this chat. Just do. And together, we can change the world without requiring anything in return. This has been Hellenix.
#shameless self-promotion.
For the Hellenic SWGOH YouTube channel. And doing good. Just for the sake of it. Oh, and Merry Christmas, everyone. No, I will not be doing a joke at the end of this one. I'm trying to be serious for once. So do you see now, noob? Wasn't that PSA helpful? Noob.
Yes, Hellenix.
Look.
This PSA was actually helpful.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes, Hellenix. Really. I'm gonna delete the post and try to just find something good to do for someone not as well off as us. Maybe I could try repairing
TTC-14.
like we said we'd do at the end of season 1.
You know, that sounds like a very nice idea, noob. And, newbie?
Yes, Hellenix?
I'm proud of you, bud.
Thanks, Hellenix.
One more thing before we go, noob.
Yes, Hellenix?
Don't forget to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday Season.
Right. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all our wonderful listeners, viewers, and all of you
Wonderful meat bags
out there.
From everyone here at the Shameless Self-Promotion Studios and all the tunes aboard the Argo and Space Swallow and everyone involved with the Escape Pod cast, may the Force be with all of us in 2021.
And beyond.
We're gonna need it.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. It's our fourth and final segment. It's Patreon's Choice on the Bridge. Been a good show, hasn't it, Paul?
It's been a fun show. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy all the sheet talk, but if people use these sheets, your TB will be so much easier. Your territory battle officer will thank me later. That's all I'm going to say. By the way, breaking news, as in if it happens right here on the Escape Podcast, we have posted a new item for the scavenger. So you know how we have the Zimbiddle cards and the little all the scavenger pieces. Apparently there's a new scavenger piece that is going to be called the Droid Brain. Is this Relic 9, Neil?
Could be. It could be to activate the special ability that we were first touted every character was going to get when they got relicked way back in October of 2019. No, that wouldn't have been October. It would have been around about September of 2019 when they first said that, we're bringing relics to the game. And with relics will come, a new special ability. So it could be that. It could be Relic 9. I don't think it'll be Relic 9. I think it'll be something more akin to activating whatever this special ability is in a character.
So you think the Droid Brain is going to be like the ultimate materials?
Yeah. And you'll apply it. That's that one material to each individual character whose, special ability they get as a result of having relics. Because they've just thrown Relic 8 at us. I can't see them throwing Relic 9 at us until next year. But
I say February. I say the new I say Galactic Conquest, which essentially is which we're prognosticating right now, due to the Road Ahead post, that the revamp to all of this is going to be Galactic Conquest.
Conquest. You just add in the Galactic.
Everything else is galactic. As I said at the beginning, Galactic Legends, Galactic Challenges, Galactic War, Galactic Credits, everything. It literally is
Grand
Galactic Credits.
Arena
Go look it up.
Championships.
That's pretty much the only thing.
There you go.
Is the Grand Arena Championships, but it's Galactic Credit. It is everything galactic. All right.
We'll see. Okay, let's get on to the questions, and then we can finish off with a talk, because there's some more Star Wars stuff that's been released, and I want to talk about it, because I'm excited about it. I specifically want to talk about the Rogue stuff and the Ahsoka stuff.
All right. Well, first off, do you think that Doja Fett really leaked Beskar Mando, or what they call in the wrestling business, do you think that it was all kayfabe? Do you think that it was planned for him to post Beskar Mando and then delete it?
I just think it was a Freudian slip. It was a Freudian slip. I think it just, it just slipped. I think it just slipped out. That's what I think. Right. I think it just slipped out.
And while we are on the topic of Mando, they've given us challenge tier Rancor, right? For the top end of the guild.
Yeah.
I absolutely commend CG for making the Mando event always available, starting right when it launches, and recommended gear 10. Not a gated power, not anything absurd like you need Relic 6 to be able to pass this, like a light side territory battle. Neil, Beskar Mando achievable according to CG at gear 10.
Yeah. I don't think that was CG's decision. I think that was a higher up decision.
Nonetheless, they've made something for newer / middle game players.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this.
Yeah. Well, there are fans of the show that don't know this game, that would like to maybe play a game with Mandalorian characters in it, that haven't played or were unaware of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. There'll be some advertising, probably on YouTube and on social media, informing people that, did you know you can play this mobile game and, you can get these characters straight away and instantly go for, the Beskar Mandalorian in our journey guide. Just purchase a few of these packs and, away you go. And you don't need to gear them up that much. So, yeah, I totally get that. And it does make it so that somebody that comes into the game relatively early, relatively new, can pretty much achieve these characters either straight away if they want to be pay to win, or what do we think? Maybe 3-4 months if they go down the free to play route.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, somebody would have to work it out, but I mean,
it's original recipe. It's original recipe, so it's 4 months.
Probably going to be close to 4 months. Yeah.
That's for each character. Mm-hmm. But once it's been a year,
then it will.
Crispy, which is 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. So when they do, because obviously they'll do some more promotion and they'll do some more Mandalorian characters when they do season 3, and they kind of highlight and advertise it from a season 3 point of view. People that start watching the Mandalorian then, that have not played the game, will be able to come in and get the Mandalorian free to play probably in a couple of months.
All right. JJ Manners asks, what is your favorite Star Wars themed song or parody song? Mos Eisley Cantina. At the Mos Eisley Cantina.
No, mine has to be the it's the Escape from the Original score. Where you've got the 4 TIE fighters hitting the I do actually believe on the musical score it's called the Death of Kenobi. I think it's the Death of Kenobi, but it's a 7-minute long piece, but it's 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of that piece the music where, you know, the battle music from when the TIE fighters are attacking the Millennium Falcon and you've got Han and Luke in the quad lasers fighting back and, you know, getting cocky.
All right. Hellenic says the Seagulls song. That is very true. All right. Second question from JJ Manners. If you could bring any Star Wars character, and only one, into Mandalorian, who would it be and why?
Ezra. Because
You
we
want
already know
Ezra.
that. Yeah, I'm going to say Ezra. The reason why I'm going to say Ezra is because I'm convinced that Thrawn coming into it is a foregone conclusion. I don't know when, and I don't know what episode, and I don't know what season, but I'm pretty sure that that's a foregone conclusion. So, with that being said, I would like Ezra, because that's not a foregone conclusion at the moment. I would like to see Ezra in, because he'll have been away 5 years. He will have had to. He's been away for donkey's years. He will have had to have self-trained himself as a Jedi, and I'd love to see how much more powerful he is in his mid-20s.
I am close to you in that. I would like, for the people that have read the new Thrawn trilogy books, or somebody that's read the graphic novel that was sent to them by a very, very good friend,
Yeah.
I want to see, and you'll know exactly why in a moment, I would like to see a precursor come to the show by the name of Eli Vanto.
Yeah, I suppose you could throw him in. Yeah, why not?
Having Eli show up before his boss would give a nod to everyone that does read the new books
or reads the graphic novel. Graphic novels.
It's him. It's him.
Yeah, no, that would be a good precursor.
All right. JJ slipped in an extra question after Zaz put, if you could erase 3 objects from existence, what would you choose and why? My answer to all 3 are emery boards.
I haven't got it in front of me, so I can't
Good.
get it out.
Good.
Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and cauliflower.
So food.
Food.
You would like to create a famine, apparently.
I just don't like cruciferous vegetables. I've never liked them. I've never liked cruciferous vegetables. I just don't like them. They can be gone for all I care.
Dark Phoenix Sniper's reaching out to me. He says, a demo screenshot of the pit challenge teams implemented into the TB sheet coming soon. That'll be nice to see. You know, just something to have it always on there. All right. And the last question that we have here, by the way, Hellenix's answer, if you could bring any Star Wars character in, is of course Mara Jade, because he always does that. JJ Manor says, if each new character needs at least 200 Cairo pieces, what would be a good way to add more of these as rewards to bridge the chasm? Better rewards inside Galactic Challenges, which we didn't get to. We forgot to mention they're making 2 times a week.
Yeah. I would suggest throwing more in there at the end of dailies. Reward people more for doing all the dailies, because you know when you complete it, you get that little prize pool right at the end, and you get like 4 or 5 of one piece, or 4 or 5.
You get 3 of one of the Kairos.
And I think that would be, you know, that's rewarding people for logging in and playing everything and doing all of the dailies. I think that would be a good way. You know, throw some extra in there. I think that would be a nice way of doing it.
All right. Now, final question from me. What did you think of the Disney reveal this past just yesterday?
I love it.
Go ahead.
I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. All of those shows that are coming, I think it's the right way to do it, because there is something there for everybody. It's not like I think what they're learning, what Bob Iger has learnt is that they can't throw a few things out and expect all Star Wars fans to like it, because that's not the way it works. So what they're doing is it's a bunch of movies, a bunch of TV shows, varying different types, varying different characters. Some people are invested in this character, some people are invested in that. It's not everything is not designed to please everyone, but there is something there that will please everybody. I mean, I think I look at the list. I mean, I've got it up in front of me. I mean, there's the Andor one. I've no interest in that. I've no investment in that character at all. I'm not that fussed about that. But I know that there are people that are. So that's something for them. For me, the stuff that I'm really, really looking forward to is the Bad Batch, Ahsoka, and Rogue Squadron. Bad Batch because they didn't get that much screen time during the Clone Wars, and it looks like they are literally doing the Bad Batch immediately at the end of Season 7, because the trailer was just awesome. Really, really enjoyed it. Ahsoka, because I have a theory of how they're going to remove the sequel trilogy from canon, and just so everybody knows, if you go and look at the series card, the way that it's been presented by Disney, you've got Ahsoka's name, and then behind it, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, is the Veil of the Force. And the Veil of the Force, that is what was in the World Between Worlds episode in Rebels, that Ezra was walking around, and Ezra was able to change the course of history by going back in time and saving Ahsoka Tano. So we would not have Ahsoka Tano now, were it not for the Veil of the Force and that episode, The World Between Worlds. Go online, Google it now. You can see it. It is behind her word, behind her name. And they've already said that Ahsoka, the Mandalorian, and the Rangers of the New Republic are going to be 3 separate TV series that run, but that they are going to culminate together to give us one big storyline. And I think that one big storyline will be, just a random theory off the top of my head, it would be maybe a Jedi has a vision of the future. That vision of the future is that Palpatine is alive. They discover how he survived, and they figure out how to get to the Veil of the Force so that they can stop Palpatine at the Return of the Jedi when he gets to because he's got a room that allows him entrance into the Veil of the Force, and a Jedi, who I think should be Ezra, destroys Palpatine then and there. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm laughing only because JJ Manners says that he thought that the Veil of the Force was locked up safely in the Ministry of Magic.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. wrong franchise. And the other one, the one that really, really, really excites me, but from a different point of view, is the Rogue Squadron. And the reason why I'm excited about the Rogue Squadron movie is because of this. We have source material. Really good source material. There is a series, an X-Wing series of extended universe books. It's got Wedge as the commander of Rogue Squadron. The very first book is literally called Rogue Squadron, and it is about how Wedge Antilles puts together Rogue Squadron. So it is, for all intents purposes, an origin story. So they could use the very first Rogue Squadron as an origin story, and then they could do a whole series of Rogue Squadron movies. Because if the first one hits $1 billion, they're going to want to make more Rogue Squadron movies. It's that simple. So if they make a lot of money off the first one, there is so much source material. So much source material. You've got the first 4 books, which were done by Stackpole, and then you've got this one. This is book 8. Another author did 3 books. Another author did 5, 6, and 7. But the ones that were written by Stackpole, so you've got 4 books. They all run one after the other. And then another author jumped in with another set of Rogue Squadron stories where they kind of went rogue and resigned and became Wraith Squadron. And then you've got this. And this book, Izard's Revenge, is just so awesome. I mean, the space battles, the dogfighting.
Yeah. And those characters have shown up in in the X-Wing miniatures game. Just so you know, the X-Wing miniatures game does coincide with extended universe. I think you'd like it if you would get in tabletop games.
Yeah, and
now,
you've got Wes Jansen, Gavin Darklighter, you've got Biggs Darklighter's boy in here, right? And then of course Corran Horn, and he is a character that desperately.
You got Tycho Selchu.
Yeah, you got Tycho in there as well. You got some Mon Calamaris in. So you got some male and
me.
females. You've got humanoids.
I know
you've
extended
got aliens.
universe characters.
It's just It works, right? It works because it's a good story, right? And it's just got so much in it. So yeah, really, really excited about Rogue Squadron. Really excited about the Bad Batch. So excited.
I have to acknowledge really quick, Pleox, thank you very much for following us when we started after we finished up with the DPS interview. We really, really do appreciate that. That is 804 on the road to 1,000. Thank you very much for getting us.
And I will
on Twitch. That is 1,000 on Twitch.
I will throw in there the Lando one, the Lando TV show that they're doing. I think it'll work if they do it. Do you remember the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles?
Barely.
Basically, so you had a young version of Indiana Jones, right? But it would have Harrison Ford doing. So if they were to do Lando, they could use the actor that portrayed Lando in the Han Solo movie, but they could have it narrated and and do the exposition using Billy D. Williams as if he's telling a story. So you'd have Billy D. Williams at the start. Oh, let me tell you a story about such and that's how the episode. So it would be episodic, not a series, but I think something like that would be so cool and so fun. So right at the start of the episode, you're being spoken to by Billy D. Williams.
I agree.
And then it goes into the actor that plays Lando from the Han Solo, and you get some extravagant adventure that a young Lando Calrissian's on. I think something like that would be awesome.
All right, let's talk. I'm going to really quick comment on Rogue Squadron. I just want to make sure that Rogue Squadron does not end up as Star Wars Top Gun.
What? With bare-chested men? I'm not sure.
No, it's not that. I just don't want it to be
volleyballs and high five and homoerotica. That was don't be taking my Top Gun away from me.
I'm not taking your Top Gun away from you. I'm just saying I don't want it to be a clone of Top Gun.
Okay, that's all right. As long as Wedge Antilles, right? As long as Wedge Antilles is the commander and they use the source material, they can't go wrong. They can't go wrong.
All right. Let's go ahead and close it up. If you guys are Patreons or you are subs to this channel, there will be a Mandalorian watch party coming up as soon as all of us can get together. We are going to watch this latest episode of Mandalorian tonight. If you're a Patreon or a sub, join us in the after show and we'll get you directions on how to watch with that. Otherwise, if you are a sub, you will get notified when we go live at that point. Now, please join us in the after show regardless. If you're going to stick around for the Mando thing, become a Patreon at patreon.com/theescapepod. We would love to see you there. I hope I pronounced that right. I always mess that up, Neil. Mm-hmm. I always mess that up. Yeah, it is patreon.com/theescapepod. All right. Guys, it is an absolute pleasure to bring this show to you week in and week out. We got one more episode before our Christmas show. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be absolutely fun. Are we going to do a Christmas show? I don't know. But I'm going to let you know, you do not want to miss the episodes leading up to that and leading up to episode 100, something that everybody will love to see. We're not going to say more about that. It's what we call in the biz a tease, Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Any final words before we close up shop here?
Tip your waiters and waitresses.
especially in this situation, if they're not getting as many people. Please take care of your service industry folk. Please protect those that you love. Wear a mask. And remember to be nice to each other, damn it. We're going to be rating if you're watching live. We'll find somebody to rate as we're running the credits. Otherwise, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. And Neil, push the button.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.